Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Check out the Civic, Accord, or HR-V during the Honda Summer Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or 2026 HR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! I'm Rob Van Dam. The whole show.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, what is happening? It's Dominic D'Angelo. It's RVD TV. It's RVD's YouTube channel. We're live here on a Thursday. Guess what Thursday is? It's Trash Night.
It's Trash Night.
Trash Night.
Trash Talking Thursday.
Trash Talking Thursday. We're going to trash some talk. And that's with Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes. Guys, how are you?
Awesome.
Good.
Fantastic.
Good to see you guys. Yes, heck yeah. You had a very busy past week. You guys were all over the map. You were in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You had some conventions and stuff to hit as well. So how did it all go? How was the week last week?
Good. I was in Tennessee visiting my family and babysitting kids.
Oh.
And then we went to New Orleans together for the Only Wrestler show.
And just like you said, just to play fetch. As we start the show.
And then we were in New Orleans, and then we went from New Orleans to Texas and did autograph signing at Starcade. Yeah. And now we've been home resting and growing babies.
And then also in between Arlington and now was Sabu's memorial at here in Las Vegas. So that was the third, the final of the trio, but Cauliflower Alley Club's coming and we'll be doing something to acknowledge him, although I'm not sure to what extent.
Heck yeah, that's one I'm going to try to make for sure is that one, the Cauliflower Alley. So,
cool.
Yeah.
It is. Make sure we didn't double book ourselves.
Yeah. I saw they painted outside of the Nerd Bar. There was a painting of Sabu out there, right? Did I see?
Yeah. It looks really good.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Right. Right outside the Nerd up there on the second floor, big mural. Can't miss it. And what's great that Nerd Bar Johnny pointed out on the group conversation is that to the side of Sabu, there's previous artwork up there, and Yoda is contributing to Sabu and pointing his finger up as well. So,
cool.
If you look at that picture and spread it out, you'll see
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, I can show the photo of the group. A lot of his family was in town, and we all took a group photo in front of it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I think I might have saw it on Facebook, I think, is they posted, I think Tony, Dirty Dick Flair. Oh, let's see here.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was there. Well, here's the.
Yeah, look at that. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Dang, that's really good. Heck yeah.
Can you see Yoda?
Oh yeah, Yoda is doing the finger too.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. Look at that. Everybody's pointing.
And then here's the group of everybody.
Oh yeah, that's the one I saw. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a crew. That's great.
Yeah,
Oh, that's where I saw it. I did that. That's where I saw it. Was on the Nerd Instagram, the Nerd Bar Instagram.
Yeah. It was a good service. You know, there was of course one in Lansing, one in Philadelphia, and one in Las Vegas. They were all a little different from each other, and they were all, you know, all special in their own way. But I thought this one, for the gathering that we had, the way that they had everything layered for us, you know, watching some videos and some talking and little participating and stuff. It was pretty good.
Did it all take place at the Nerd Bar, or was there another area you guys kind of celebrated at, or not celebrated, but paid?
No, it was inside in the
Micro arena.
Yeah, what do they call it? The micro square garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did it in there. I liked how he what's his name? He runs the micro man. Billy. Yeah, he's our friend. But I liked how he kind of like hosted it, and then everyone passed around the microphone. It was like really intimate. Like everyone passed around the microphone and like introduced themselves and said how they knew Sabu, and then people told stories. And then there was also a wrestling match.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, this is the first memorial I've ever been to where they wrestled.
It's kind of cool how everyone like chipped in for a Sabu chant, you know, for the countdown. It was just real organic. And also displays. They had some really nice displays, you know, to walk through and see, which included, you know, everything you could think of: action figures and Sabu clothing and wrestling chairs and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Flowers that my mom sent.
I saw them later on in a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent that to her.
Cool. Yeah. They have a whole like Sabu shrine there.
Oh, nice.
And when we were going through his stuff, I found his super glue. So I gave it to Johnny, and I was like, this needs to go in his shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah. His official bottle of super glue.
That's great. Katie, I don't think I ever asked you. Do you have a favorite Sabu story?
My favorite times with Sabu was when we toured together in Australia. And it was Rob and I and him and Jeannie. And I like got to know him more on that trip because like I always knew him like as being really shy. But then like we did a Q&A with the fans one night, and then he like took over, like hijacked the whole show. Like it was like a funny side. Like when he was like passionate about something, he would talk a lot. And I've heard this a lot, like about his passion for pro wrestling and how much he loves it. He said he was talking about his match, and he said, "Tonight I'm going to turn it up a notch."
Yeah.
Where do you go from what he's already done? Like, how do you turn it up a notch?
Right.
It's like, yeah. He was serious. He was ready to turn it up. And so those were my favorite times with him because we got to, Rob's already been on the road with him. I got to know him more being on the road with him.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though. It's just like, to get that other side of Sabu when he opens up and connects with you a little bit better is neat. It's, such a, man, what a great guy. Oh, man.
And funny.
Mm-hmm. And funny, that too. Mm-hmm. It's really cool to get to learn about him more so through you guys and everything like that as well. It's really nice. Shout out to Steve Soleil, who I saw on, I think, Instagram or Facebook. You had a picture with him, Rob, and he's been a regular on the show here, like chiming in and stuff. That was pretty cool. He said, my son and I had the best experience ever with RVDs.
Rob was drinking, and I couldn't pull him away from hanging out with Steve. I'm like, you have to use the line to take photos. But him and Steve clicked, and I was like, Rob, you have to do this. At work.
That was, I'm not wrestling at the OWA shows or anywhere yet because my feet are still healing up, and that's the only reason not even look past that. But so that and just being around everybody in the intercompany and everything like gave me a green light to go ahead and drink, and I kind of got out of hand because I was already there before I even got to the show. And then, there was a bar by the hotel, and I had 3 drinks that he made up because he couldn't make a cafe espresso. And so we was just like, well, what about if you mix some Kahlua and some vodka and some, I don't know what else it was. Like, and anyway, it was like, I remember like on the way there already going, wow. And then once we were there, it was just, the game on.
Rob turned very social.
Yeah, it does help social. Besides, and a big reason for me that people think it's funny, but I'm serious. For me, when I drink, I walk so much better.
Really?
Like, I walk like normal. Like I feel like I don't even have a limp or anything. And it's like now, I mean, that was a couple of weeks ago, but I was like almost there. Like when I'm not medicated at all, then I walk kind of slow. I feel the pain, kind of like a penguin with little tiny steps. And the difference between that and like when I can be feeling good and I just feel like I'm just like walking like normal. Like, am I even limping? Baby, look at me. Is this normal? I think I'm walking normal.
Like you don't need to run.
I'm good.
Yeah. But then
Here, hold up the chair. Can I do a Van Damme later?
Then the downside to that though is then I was like, okay, cool. So you're all good then? And then I got to explain, sure. Or else I got to explain, well, probably got a few more weeks. I just started to walk, but, sure. But anyway, whatever, dude. We're talking about it. I'm good. I am walking good now and stuff. So that's cool. But, man, medication has its purpose.
Oh, sure does. Yeah, heck yeah. Hey, how was being at StarCast and like that whole experience down in Texas and, with the pay-per-view going on at the same time? Was it pretty neat, or how was that experience down there?
Well, it was, I think we went like on the More Dead day.
Oh, okay.
And the con ended early. So we really were only signing for like a few hours, but people were really like excited to see Rob. I think because it was like all just AEW people. So seeing Rob was like a surprise, but I know the fans had fun because they had this coupon that you get when you buy your ticket where you get to meet like everybody and take a photo with them for free. And it's a part of your ticket.
Wow.
Yeah,
except for Rob. He was
seems
like
my agent made some mistakes or there was some misunderstandings or somebody wasn't straightforward with somebody because my agent had booked this, and from what we could see and what we heard, I was the only one there that wasn't part of the show or with AEW, which was fine, but it was supposed to be from 9 to
2.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be from 9 to 2, and already I was thinking like, to take care of expenses, that's got to move pretty quick and have a lot of people and take care of business, and I didn't think there was enough people there to do that. And then when it got to be like 12, they pulled the plug on everything. Everybody left. The whole show just walked out. So we were only there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but how I don't want you to go into too detail, but how you get paid though is right. You get paid up front, right?
Someone still has to pay me, and then pay for our flights and the hotel.
Yeah.
And some of that, is like kind of group deal with AEW as far as a hotel or whatever. But yeah, somebody ends up losing money when something like that happens. And
yeah.
So it's only me when I got someone like Bobby saying, "I'm finished, I'm done." Yeah.
But they don't get you a steak though, Rob. He'll get you a steak.
So Rob was happy about that.
Yeah.
Our hotel was next to a Cracker Barrel.
Oh yeah.
So that was
man, I love Cracker Barrel.
have one near us. So on the road, when Rob can get it, that's his happy place.
Always a treat.
I love Cracker Barrel. I never get to go. I never get to stop and anything like that. I want to go to Cracker Barrel. Dang it.
I want to know why are we talking about it?
Give me some Cracker. We need them to sponsor us on here. We need a Cracker Barrel sponsorship.
But it was cool. Wait, is Mickey James AEW? Because she was there.
No. Yeah, I saw a picture of you guys with Mickey. Yeah. How was that?
Couldn't have been just me. Oh, she
Dory?
was awesome. Dory, yeah.
Oh, Dory. Yeah. That's right.
And him.
So I guess there was a couple people, not AEW.
See, we're being lied to again.
Yeah, because there was JBL was there, right? Was he there?
Yeah, it's Hanson.
Yeah, Stan Hansen was there too. How about that? Did you get to interact with him a little bit too?
Very little, but yeah, a little bit. Bobby Duncan Jr.'s family lives there, and I keep in touch with them all the time. And we were getting together with Bobby's daughter, meeting her new husband and their baby, and also Bobby's wife, who he was married to when he passed away several years ago. And they all came to the convention, and they were going to check it out for a couple hours. Then we were going to go get some food or whatever. But by the time they got there, everything just emptied out, like right before they got there in noon. And I'm like, damn, I'm sorry. And they were like, man, the one person that they mentioned was they wanted to see Stan. And then I saw Stan walk by me in the hallway, and I was like, perfect. And, hey, Stan. And JBL was reaching his hand out to shake my hand. I wanted to shake his hand, but I wanted to get Stan's attention and not be rude to him, when he was answering. And, so I was, like, hey, yes, yeah, Michelle Duncan wants to see you, whatever, and he was like, hey, Rob, and I was like, hey, brother, like, didn't mean to leave him hanging, but he just beelined and kept going wherever he was going. Stan hung out for a while and got to see the family and seemed to enjoy it. He really liked Bobby Duncan Jr. and Sr. a lot. He liked Bobby Duncan Jr. a lot because he tagged with his dad, and they were really close. So when Bobby Duncan got in the business, Jr. and came over to All Japan, Stan was kind of taking him under his wing, Mm-hmm. And I also really clicked with him. So he was a really good friend of mine.
How did you like? How was Bobby as a wrestler, Duncan Jr.? Was he pretty good, or like?
He was good. He was good, and he was so beat up and broken up that it was amazing that he could move. And he did move kind of like he was beaten up. Like he had like a sloppiness to him that I think was kind of good. It made him different. Like when he's running the ropes. And just the way his knees and everything moved, and the way that his weight would like fall into the rope and bounce back. It was something that made him different. It was more authentic. And, he was tough. He liked feeling pride in being tough. I remember the first day in All Japan that he was there, he wrestled. I mean, it was probably a tag match, but Johnny Ace was in it. And somehow he got thrown to the corner, and he came out selling the corner, coming out, which I guess Johnny wasn't expecting, as Johnny was coming in with a blow. And boom, he hit him and he broke his nose. And that was like the first night in. And he got a little concussion from it and then couldn't remember things. And that was his first night in All Japan, which got him over with everybody because of the way he handled it, even though he couldn't remember like what all happened and stuff. And he just kept saying, hey, you can't hurt me, I'm from Texas.
And he's a football player.
Yeah. And he he came to my room several times that night in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. And each time he came to my room, he would forget that he was already been there. And he would come in and do the same thing, he would call after he left. He would call too, trying to get me to go out. He wanted to go out drinking or whatever. And I was like, oh, Bobby, I'm in bed, tired. And then pretty soon he'd be pounding on my door, and I'd open it. He'd come in with a beer, he's drinking and he'd be like, he'd spill everything all over my phone and everything he'd spill it all off the cabinet, and he was like slapping everything. Van Dam, come on, let's go. We gotta go. Come on, brother. I'm from Texas. I played football. You're ECW, and you know my daddy. Come on. Then they broke my nose. They broke my nose, man. They're not gonna hold me down. Come on, let's go. And then eventually, after he spilled his beer and everything, I'd get him out the door. And then a few minutes later, the phone would ring again. And then he'd come back again. I think like 3 times. And we bonded over that. Because like I said, that was like the first night. And we became friends. I really liked him a lot. But he wasn't one to tap out or to quit. He liked considering himself tough just from being from Texas and from being a football player and from who his daddy was. Those are the 3 things that he was always putting forward, when he's talking about himself. And yeah, he was good. We brought him to ECW for a minute, then he went to WCW, and he was there when he passed away, working for them.
Oh, okay.
Who was that?
Bobby Duncombe Sr., like if you'd have to look him up, like you would know him because he wrestled before our time, but he had the big bushy blonde hair and looked a lot like Bobby. Yeah.
Wow. And Bobby's grandson looks a lot like Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 18 months old, and then Rob saw him and was like, he looks just like Bobby.
That's hilarious. Like as an 18-month-old.
Looking into his eyes, it was just like looking at a young Bobby, like the energy that Bobby would exude from his his baby blue eyes. It was like the same. I was tripping. I was like, man, I can't get over how much I think Bobby's looking at me through Briar's eyes, and then his name's Briar. And then they ask him, they go, what's this? They said, Briar, what's your name? And he goes, Bobby. I said, why does he say that? They said, I don't know. He just says that.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Man, I love that. That's great. I always liked when I was a kid and watching WCW and seeing Bobby Duncombe Jr. I was like, man, he's got a great look. Like he looks like a guy that kick your ass.
Nah.
Yeah.
He was I don't know, 6'5", maybe. Wow. Big guy, at least 6'4", maybe a couple inches bigger than that. And it was funny because we'd be in Japan, and he's so tall, big blonde, bushy hair, cowboy hat, a full-length black leather coat, and we'd be at the anywhere, whether we're talking to a cab driver, or trying to get instructions, or even talking to some girls at the bar next to us or whatever. He would always pop me when he'd be like, we're not from around here. Like, no shit.
You're not from around
I think
here.
everybody knows that about me. Every time, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Do you think if he was on the straight and narrow, Rob, his ceiling was going to be bigger in wrestling? Like he could have had much more potential? Or what do you kind of think about that?
Yeah, man. I have little doubt. It's hard to imagine him not being who he is, just like maybe with me, it might be hard to imagine me not, smoking weed. But obviously those are just things we do. That's not really who we are. And who he was definitely a lot of potential. And, he liked to party.
Yeah. Ooh, man, so many did too back then.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah. We stare at each other like everyone else is crazy but us.
Right. It's always neat when I talk to Fonzie and stuff, because you know how like wide of a range Fonzie has connected with people, like from like Bobo Brazil, he like refereed back in the day, and now he's like doing working with modern talent and stuff. So he's got like all encompassing, but it's really neat too, in your same vein, how many people you've interacted and worked with over your career. From like, I always think of Greg Valentine. You mentioned him, and the Bobby Duncombe and all these people coming out from Japan, and obviously Sabu, and all these different names. It's really cool. I think that's such a neat aspect of wrestling, is all the crossover that kind of happens in a lot of ways.
It's true. Not everyone stays in it for 35 plus years like I have. So
yeah,
that also kind of increases the range of people that are my peers.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Kyle wanted me to get to this one, Kyle Z, because he's got to leave earlier. So he's the mafia expert too with you, Rob. So he's got a good question for you. RVD, is Joey Merlino ratting on his podcast? Is it ratting to do so? Many think so, and compare this to Bonanno's book. Is Joey breaking Omerta?
That's a great question, and I'll tell you why. But first off, I got to say, I don't have Patreon, and since he moved his podcast to Patreon, I only watch little clips here and there on YouTube sometimes. So I can't say that I probably saw what Kelsey saw, but he calls everybody out on his podcast. He calls everybody out for being a rat. So does that make him a rat for stooging out everybody else? I don't think so, because the reason that they're called rats is they've already connected with law enforcement. They've already broken omerta. They've already flipped from the honor that they swore, the whole oath that they take when they join. They've already broken that, and they're out on the street because they made deals with law enforcement, with the state, to get some kind of immunity or a largely negotiated punishment, and they did that, and it's all recorded on the 302s and the confessions, and they have all that, and they testify in court against the others and put the other guys in prison so that they can do less time themselves. So that's a rat. Is Joey one of those? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think if somebody's ratted already, and then like you're talking about them ratting, I don't think that's necessarily ratting, right?
No, I don't either. And if it's not that, then I don't know what else we'd be talking about considering him a rat, because he hates rats, despises rats, as everybody knows, and everyone also knows that he went through, served his time, came out the other end, and never compromised that we know of, that there's any evidence pointing to, never compromised any of his principles or his oath to omerta or the integrity of the family, So in my opinion, no, like him calling out everybody else is fair game. And by doing that, he's pointing out the difference, which is what we're talking about. The difference is he's not a rat, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Interesting stuff. Kyle also added, so we have a threshold that must be crossed. Fair. And then he agrees with it too. He says, yep.
Yeah.
Good question, Kyle. All right. Franco Chorizo, he always asks the good questions too. We got another good one here. In high school, were you as acrobatic as ever? You were pretty acrobatic in high school, weren't you?
I was, and I was self-taught, and I got in trouble all the time. Me and my best friend Dango would get in trouble because, I learned to do a backflip on a diving board and then on a trampoline. And then I remember one time seeing this girl that was in gymnastics do it off of a fence. And it just blew my mind because I was like, oh, my God. Like, if I'm landing on my feet, it doesn't matter if I'm landing in the water or not. I'm landing on my feet. So then I started doing it off of everything. I had to first the fence that girl did it off of, and then everything. And me and Dango were so competitive. He worked on doing it lower to where he could actually do a negative amount. He could go down a step and do a backflip up to the level ground.
Wow.
Shit.
And I got to where I would go higher and higher, which is why I ended up doing a backflip off of my school. Got in trouble for that.
Off the bowling alley.
Yeah. We went when we were in Battle Creek last week. We went by Naki's Bowl, and I was like, "Oh my God!" We would get up on the roof every fucking weekend up there, run around on the roof, and spy on people and throw shit at them and jump off of it.
Ride on the hood of the car.
That's where we were riding on the hoods of the car, and we got to where we would try to lose each other, and we got to where we would hold on so good that it was challenging to shake. So I remember a few times, one of the guys, Jeff, that was with us, hit the roads out of the parking lot. He's going 70 down the fucking road, and I'm on the hood, like holding on for life. Like, I don't know if this is cool or not, but hopefully everyone thinks it's cool that I'm this crazy because I might die, you know. But they would like slam the brakes on. And, yeah, Ken Naki's bowling alley on Columbia Avenue, which is now in what they call the
Marijuana Mile.
Marijuana Mile in Battle Creek. It's just pot store. It actually seemed like it was about 2 miles, but there's so many stores and they're all right there on Columbia Avenue. I'd heard of that from people. But this is my first time to see it. It was a few weeks ago when I was there for Lansing's Sabu Memorial. We rode through Battle Creek. And so, but yeah, Ken Naki's, I'd go on the river. And I would get, me and Dango both, and we would get kicked out. We got kicked out of the mall for doing the same thing. You know, we'd get up on the roof of the fucking mall. That's and at the Y Center all the time. And we'd pull the gym equipment out, pads and stuff, you know, and the guy would always yell at us and say, "I told you you can't be here without a supervisor." And you know, I didn't know what you meant, you know, and we would get in trouble all the time. That's one of the reasons that I wouldn't I've never been excited about the idea of having a boy, because if that boy took after me, he would scare the shit out of me, especially because parkour wasn't around back then. And now I don't know what all of it is real. Some of it probably isn't, but a lot of it has to be. But on Instagram, I watch a lot of these the parkour athletes, and they're jumping from like a building to another building, like from the top of the buildings, you know, like running and jumping and doing a flip and landing, or using their hands to fucking, you know, leap. It's just a lot of it. It seems like it has to be real, especially when they jump off and land on a flagpole and slide down and shit like that. And man, it's death defying. And I know I made my mom nervous. She broke out in hives watching me fight.
Oh my God.
And she brings that up a lot. And I always just think like, oh my God, I would be punished and have a kid that just took it to a whole nother level if he was a boy. Boys are stupid. I was.
Yeah, we're all pretty dumb.
I'd be scared. Yeah, I don't think our girls are gonna be that crazy. They tend to not be.
Yeah, they tend to be a little bit more level-headed when it's stuff like that comes in. A little bit more practical. A little bit more practical, if you will. Let me see here.
Every barn that we went through in Michigan, Rob was like, "I used to have my ring there.
Yeah,
I used to have my ring in there."
Yeah,
like every barn.
That's true. That was cool, right around Battle Creek, and a lot of memories I forgot because there was across from M66 bowling alley on F66. There's a huge barn, and I had my ring in there for a long time, and I had it in the storage place by 84 Lumber set up for a long time, and then down the road on Penfield Avenue, but where the fork in the road by the pond where McAllister and Penfield Road split off, there's a barn there that I had it in. That was Devis's grandpa, and they let me set it up there, and I had it in there. And some places we'd drive by and say, "I had one in there. I had it in there too for a while." And it was like, you know, like because in the winter you can't work out in your front yard in Battle Creek, Michigan, or backyard. Yeah, you got to find somewhere to put it. And after sometimes I had Kit's ring, and then after Kit took it back, then I built my own ring. So that was
so much work to take down a ring and rebuild it.
Yeah.
So just transporting it. So much work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rob, how did that line up with you when you so did you have that ring before you were training with Sheik? Or
That's a good question. I had Kit's ring before I was training with Sheik, but did he take that and did I build my own ring? I don't know the answer. I don't know exactly when that was. That's I'd have to look for some correlating facts, like when Kit took off for a long time and then I had his ring in my backyard. I graduated high school when I still had Kit's ring in the backyard because in that part of the country they have what's called open houses.
Uh-huh.
It's a tradition where I don't know if you do that in Pittsburgh. Yeah, but anyway, it's like you invite everybody over. Hey, Rob's graduating, all your relatives and friends, and they come over and give you envelopes with money in it. Sweet, big food gimmick and stuff. And I remember like all these people were over at my house, and I was busy setting the ring up by myself because I didn't have any help. And I thought I was going to be done in an hour, but it took all day. Every once in a while, someone would come by, like my grandma, and say, well, are we going to be able to see you today? Yeah, I just want to show you guys what I'm going to be doing because I was going to go to wrestling school, and I was going to show off and show them what I was going to do, but it was one person putting the whole thing together.
It's so much work.
And
That's a lot of work.
I think I just tore it down before that when I think Kit was already coming over trying to take it. Like he disappeared forever. I was talking to places about running shows. He came back one day out of nowhere. These two people came into my yard and started taking the ring apart after months of not talking to anybody. And everyone turned me against Kit during that time too. And so I was like, whoa, what are you doing? Get out of my yard, and they left. And I like took it down and I was thinking, where can I hide it? I think it was during that time. I think I put it back up for graduation and then ended up, I had to sit down with Kit, told him to come over and get it and all this, but it was around the same time. So I went and got the material. I got these I-beams for the frame and angle irons and had them welded on to hold all the boards and all this. But I'm not exactly sure when that came to when I first joined the Sheiks. Was it before or after? It was sometime around that same time.
Oh, okay. I was curious how that all lined up exactly.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, that's pretty neat though. Like you had your own ring and you just like would move it around from place to place.
Yeah, and that's funny. They were there to see you and you were in the back working.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad about it now, It's probably the last time I saw my grandpa alive.
No.
Sorry. Preoccupied.
I'm sure you knew you were passionate about it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're probably wondering why I'm dressed like a sleeveless paperboy. Well, no reason in particular, but I do want to talk about our new sponsor, IndaCloud. Very happy to have them on board with us at One of a Kind with RVD. And man, I opened my box of stuff, and man, is it a box of stuff. There's so many different neat things here, too. If you want to get loosen up a little bit in a different way, THC, you have this option here with Indica. Look at this stuff. So I'm pulling out all these different items here. Okay, first off, we got gummies here. Right here, IndaCloud Bliss gummies, elderberry, very, very good stuff. Man, look at this. And it's got milligrams of THC for all your different kinds of needs. A dope rope. Look at that. Man, Blue Raz. I couldn't believe it when I opened this box and saw that. Plus, look at this Soda Shop Pops. Look at that, baby. That's pretty sweet, too. We got strawberry right there. And then chronic crystals, too. THC. All different milligrams and different things like that. Such a variety. You can check it out at IndaShop. Inda.shop/RVD. You get 25% off when you use code RVD. This is such a neat product and like perfect for this podcast in particular, right? So you work hard, maybe. You deal with life sometimes, but you still do deserve an escape. Absolutely. That's where IndaCloud comes in. Gummies, flour, pre-rolls, all federally legal, seriously fun, and just a few clicks away. Whether you're chasing better sleep, deeper intimacy, or just solid daytime relief, this is grown-up cloud chasing done right. So if you're 21 or older Head to indacloud.co and use code RVD to get 25% off your first order, plus free shipping. That's indacloud.co, code RVD, 25 off, free shipping. You know what to do. Indacloud, baby. Look at that. So many options you can check out. So, like I said, take a look. If you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float around above the stress, because IndaCloud is giving all new customers 25% off. That's right, their first order plus free shipping. Just use code RVD or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indacloud.co. That's INDACLOUD.co. Use code RVD for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. You can't beat it. Order now. Fill out their quick survey to support the show and enjoy the best part of your week. Brought to you by IndaCloud.
Hey, football fans, this is Solomon Wolcott. And if there's one thing I know besides the game, it's great steaks. That's why I go with Heartland Steak Company Premier Midwest Raised Beef delivered straight to your door. When the steaks arrived at my door, I opened the cooler to find they were individually wrapped, so I was able to throw 2 or 3 on the grill while putting the others in the fridge until later. Right now, Heartland Steak Company is giving my listeners $25 off orders of $175 or more just by using the promo code SPORTS at checkout. That's promo code SPORTS, SPORTS, for $25 off. So whether it's game day or just a great dinner, go big with Heartland Steak Company. Order today at heartlandsteakco.com.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Check out the Civic, Accord, or HR-V during the Honda Summer Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or 2026 HR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, I did want to ask you guys a couple questions, considering that we had that big wrestling weekend over, like Evolution, WWE Evolution, the all women's PLE pay-per-view, like really stole the show this weekend. I thought. I don't know. Did any of you guys get to catch that?
We didn't.
No? It was awesome. It was like, cool. You know, they closed out the weekend of all the wrestling that went on, and it was seriously the best show I think of the whole weekend. It was really that good.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
great.
Yeah, they really tore the house down. So that was pretty neat.
How did you watch it? What was it on?
It was on Peacock. So yeah, you can just watch it right. I think that was all it was on too, was there. And they had like 6 or 7 matches, but the battle royal that they had, it was probably one of my favorite battle royals I've ever watched. Like it was that good.
Cool. I've seen like clips from it on my timeline.
Yeah. So definitely, if you guys get a chance, check out some of it at least, because it was pretty. And Kalani Jordan, she had a big moment in the battle royal. It was awesome.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool too. So
Yeah, very cool.
Yes.
What are people's? I've only seen headlines, but what are people saying about the Goldberg match?
So I like the Goldberg match. I was a huge Goldberg fan as a kid. So like he was the first wrestler I ever met. So I always liked Goldberg. So I was excited for it either way.
But Gunther, right?
Say what?
Wasn't it him and Gunther?
It was him and Gunther. And it was a good match. It was a good retirement match. Like I thought, like, you know, Goldberg, he's older and stuff. And like he talked about how beat up his body is and stuff like that. So he didn't move like he used to move. But like he played the hits basically. You know what I mean? And like, you know, he hit a spear. He did a jackhammer. He almost got the win, but then Gunther turned it on him and choked him out. And that's how the match ended, basically. And so it got, I think, overall a positive reception. What happened after the fact is kind of what people are talking about a lot now, because Goldberg went on Arrow Hawani, and he was asked about the match. And he said he wasn't really, he was kind of pissed off about it because he gave like a farewell speech at the end. He gave like a farewell speech at the end, and they cut it off. They cut it off like 30 seconds into his speech. And so like he wasn't happy about that. And like part of him kind of think like that it might have been a rib, but then he's like, but I don't know. And like he was just but you could tell he kind of wasn't happy about it, and how it kind of ended that way. Because he's like, I've had world heavyweight title matches before, and but I'm a WCW guy, and he kind of questioned if they viewed him a certain way and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because I thought the match itself was good, and I thought Goldberg was good, and Gunther was great. He was great too. So,
well, I remember when I first heard of that matchup, I thought, wow, that sounds like a couple of stiff guys that want to beat the shit out of each other,
Yeah.
It sounded appealing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a screenshot, so how Gunther chops people, right?
Yeah.
And he chops him big time. Well, there's a screenshot of him chopping Goldberg, and you see his hand impressed in Goldberg's chest, and Goldberg smiling. It's a great photo. And Goldberg felt bad. He's like, I didn't mean to laugh. He was like, but I thought it was going to hurt more than it did, and it didn't. But he put over Gunther too, saying how great of an opponent he was for him and stuff.
How did the ref get hurt?
So Goldberg was lining up to spear Gunther. Gunther moved out of the way, and he speared Charles Robinson. And apparently he cracked one of Charles Robinson's ribs.
Oh.
So tough stuff there.
How'd that happen? Someone moved out of the way?
Yeah, so Gunther moved out of the way. It was like a spot because they're going to take Charles out of the equation for a while.
And Goldberg speared him? Charles?
Goldberg speared him, yeah.
Ooh.
And then that's how that rib got cracked, apparently.
Wow.
So, yeah, ouchies.
We did see the segment with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. That was SmackDown, though.
Okay, so yeah, but then they had it a little. So they were in the corners of one another on Saturday night's main event because it was Randy Orton versus Drew, and so Jelly Roll got involved. Logan Paul played the chicken shit, which was great. He was great chicken shit, and then at the end, Drew McIntyre gave Jelly Roll a Claymore kick and took him out. And now there's a tag team match at SummerSlam. It is Jelly Roll teaming with Orton against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. And
we saw them on Jimmy Fallon last night.
Yeah. It's because Jelly Roll chokeslammed Logan Paul through the table.
Yeah.
The desk.
I like that storyline because I like Jelly Roll.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. It's like, Rob, we talked about this a little bit too because you were like, I'd kick Jelly Roll. I'd kick him hard because you're talking about I treat him like I treat Bubba Ray.
Yeah, I know. She knows.
I know. That's how he always feels about celebrities into wrestling. But I've been a fan of Jelly Roll before wrestling, so it's just exciting for him to be in our world.
He's lost a lot of weight too. Did you see that?
Yeah, 200 pounds.
No.
Yeah, pretty wild. Apparently, he's been training, I think, with CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, and somebody else too. They've been training him in the ring and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I heard that Triple H said he went to wrestling school before he was even singing or rapping because he was a rapper before a singer, that he went to wrestling school first.
Geez, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. Wow, how about that? So,
well, you have to be an athlete to be able to do it, and so for me, it's always offensive because I take the perspective of in order to have a celebrity take a spot on a wrestling card, everyone else has to work around them to make it look like just anybody could do it. And I don't like that because not everybody could do it, Right. Like the fact that Logan Paul picked it up and is so good is really rare, really rare. Jeremy Piven, not so much. He did a crossbody though, but so that's the kind of thing, when the Jackass Kids or anybody.
Travis Scott, though, they said he wasn't picking it up, so they got rid of him.
Yeah, they weren't using him or something. I don't know. I don't know if he'll be involved in a storyline again or not.
But thing is, if one of those guys, if I can kick him in the mouth just like I kick Bubba Dudley or anybody else in the mouth, and if they're like, okay, cool, man, I really enjoyed that afterwards, maybe they'll win me over then.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah. It's always insulting though for me, when people feel like it's easy, like we're just playing, or like just anybody can do it. And that's way back from when I got into the business, and they were still kayfabing and protecting the business, and And now it's like people want it to be like so wide open. They want to believe it's way, way softer than it really is. And they've made it way softer. I mean, there's no question about it. When you talk to wrestlers that have been around for 20 years and more, and talk about how it used to be really competitive and how we used to really be fighting for the shine. You know what I mean? Like fighting to outshine the other guy and being pissed at the promoter. Hill's pissed they got to put a green baby face over, so they beat the shit out of him, and have them just like roll them up in a small package afterwards or something. Imagine like nowadays they would call HR and you'd get sued, and they'd be like, this isn't a friendly workplace, and why don't they know it's not like that anymore? And that's just how much it's changed. But all along, from way back then to the middle to now, I always will feel defensive about the fact that my career took an incredible amount of physicality, an amazing amount of durability to be able to take, a shitload of punishment on a nightly basis. Besides having the talent to even pick up the timing and have cool moves and any of that. And so I feel like a lot of that just gets thrown out the window in order to fucking make this work. And so that's why, for me, I'm gonna just always be kind of biting my tongue and being like, well, I hope the fans enjoyed it. At least that'd be a positive thing. If the fans enjoy it, cool. At least there's that. I'm sure that's why they're doing it.
Say if you were in a situation like that in ECW where it was like you have like Kid Rock, since he was popular back then and stuff like that. Kid Rock comes in and, hey, we're gonna have a tag match. Kid Rock's gonna tag with Kid Cash against you and Sabu, hypothetical, and like it's gonna draw money. It's gonna be big time because it's Kid Rock and everything.
Before you even finish your question, it sounds like you're talking about when ICP came. And they came to ECW, and me and Sabu beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
We didn't take it easy on them at all, and I broke Joe Bruce's eardrum. He wrote about it in his book. It's a fact. Everyone knows that. I didn't go exceptionally hard on him, but I didn't hold back either.
Okay, so you would definitely just.
And they even had wrestling training, but we looked at them like they weren't us because
they're not like us.
Because the only matches they had were the ones that they booked themselves on their own shows, and at that time, with our egos and our
competitive
status in the business and our feelings about that, just all of that comes into play. All of that to where it's like, I'm not gonna try to hurt those guys, no, but if they didn't respect what we're doing before, they're going to respect it afterwards.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think it's a good mindset to have overall. It's like
it's the way we all used to be, and it's just how it's changed. And some of us are still around because, we've been wrestling for 30, 40 years.
Right.
Now we're fighting for your life in the ring and even backstage, the way people used to treat people like shit and rip them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you weren't over with the boys, your job would be so much harder from the stories I've heard.
Imagine Jelly Roll going through the training that we saw like on the Tough Enough show. Remember that? Where hit the ropes, drop down, leapfrog, hit the ropes, drop down, leapfrog. 20 of those. Now get up on the top rope and balance and do squats. I remember seeing those guys doing that, squatting. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Huh?
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, how many wrestlers can even do that are in the business? That's like they put when they were training, they put them through the hardest courses possible to prepare them for anything during their matches. So if they have a 15-minute athletic, really physical match, they might be all right because they trained for fucking 4 hours getting their shit kicked out of them and doing an amazing work out till you puke and then work out again till you puke again kind of mentality. Do you think the celebrities are getting that kind of training? No, so they're not going to respect it as much. And why do I care except it's my life?
Rob, how much is it too is like it's the aspect of all the work and like the trial and tribulations that you guys went through, but also how much is it too like the suspension of disbelief almost? Like it's like, oh, Jelly Roll's knocking out fucking Rhino. I'm just throwing that out there, like just as an idea or something, Like, does that also kind of be like, no, that compromise is what we're doing too at the same time?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know that the business is changing in that way. And I get that, but yeah, for me, it still very much says what you said. As a matter of fact, I don't like what do you call it when the intergender matches? I mean, I don't hate him. It's not, like I want to, like some of the fans are going to go, well, he has a right to pick it and stand up and change. No, it ain't like that. I'm just saying for the credibility's sake, I remember. Oh my God, yeah. When Tessa was the TNA champion because she beat Brian Cage by power bombing him. Maybe it was a Canadian Destroyer or some. That was way, way, way too much for me. Just so you know where I stand on things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. That stuff makes me sick. They loved it. Good for them. Fans that aren't like-minded, that didn't get trained like me, they're not going to understand maybe about my feelings on it. But it was like I literally had to get the shit beat on, not literally shit. I'm turning into Casanova Kenny now. Got Kenny's lines. No, but I had to get the shit beat out of me figuratively, and but had to prove that I was tough enough. Not just even with the Sheik, even like for the first couple of years in the business on the road, working with different people and shit. Like you always had to prove, and when you're a celebrity, you've already proved that you've got value. You're already drawing extra eyes, which is business because that's money, that's tickets, and so I get that, and you should get a shortcut for the purpose of some little exhibition. But when it comes to the credibility of it, I tend to be very defensive about it. There was one time way back, probably 92 or 93, as late as 94, where there was I was running shows with Greg Price, and he had sold a show to a fair on the road when we were on the road anyway. So it was says, hey, pick up extra money here, but it wasn't a lot of money. And it was so little that we only had like 4 wrestlers. I think it was me and Billy Black, and then Bambi and Peggy Lee Leather. And so me and Billy had a match, and then the girls had a match. Maybe not in that order, I don't know. And then there's like a run-in, and it sets up for a mixed tag match afterwards. So 3 matches with just those 4 wrestlers, 4 wrestlers. Anyway, I was like, I'm not going to fucking wrestle a girl. What the hell are you talking about? No. Like every time she comes in, you can just tag your partner, tag Bambi whenever Peggy's in there, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Is that going to work out? Like every time? And like they had to really talk me into it because I was thinking, like I'm not going to go out there and get like clotheslined and body slammed and beat up by a girl when I know I could take her. And I was green enough back then to not have feelings on it already and had to develop them that night. And anyway, we did the tag match, and I didn't end up wrestling with Peggy. It was Bambi and Peggy and me and Billy, and it worked out fine. But that's always on my mind whenever I see girls wrestling guys. If I see a wrestler in Japan wrestling a little schoolgirl that looks like she's 8 years old. Ugh, that's the word. I mean, that's if you looked up killing the business, that would be there. That next to the other guy that's wrestling a dummy, a blow-up doll or whatever.
Yeah.
They think that shows that they're talented, I guess. But to me, back in the day when I got in, someone like that would have been kicked out of the business.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, the thing is too, I think I know Charlotte Flair in the past too said she doesn't like intergender wrestling either. Like it's like she wants women wrestling and then like men wrestling men. And it's like what I just said too about Evolution. They stole the show and it didn't feel like, an all women's wrestling show. It just felt like a wrestling show, which was great. And that's kind of what you want, right? It's just like, I don't know. It's definitely
you know, like when China wrestled some guys, it made it like a real special moment. That was before intergender wrestling, or at least before it was popular. No one knew about it. So if it was China versus a dude, then it'd be like, whoa, you know what? She probably has a chance of beating him, man. She's a big dude anyway, and that added to her mythos. It was a good way to build that character, way different than, you know, just combining guys and girls in there just to see what comes out of the matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Kate, do you feel a certain way about it too, or how do you feel about it?
Well, I think sometimes it might look like a guy wrestling a girl could like look like domestic violence, you know? So like send a bad message to the kids that we're equal. Because even Rob was saying when he was a kid, like him and his sister used to go back and forth. I was like, that's crazy. Like, I would definitely put it into that as a parent. Like, you do not even like horseplay with girls like that.
Yeah, no, it's
her feelings have changed or evolved, because when we first started dating, I remember she told me that she preferred wrestling the men because she didn't have to worry about them getting hurt, and she could
well, I mean, for me, I like wrestling guys, but I'm like, if I'm watching it, that's what I feel about it, is like, it looks like if you would do that to a woman, like in the ring, you probably treat your wife like that.
Sure.
But in training, of course, like I was the only girl wrestler at my school, so of course I'm wrestling guys, but it just felt like, cool, I could be stiff with them, and then if I'm in the ring with a little bony girl, then I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna break her. So it just felt it just felt better to wrestle guys, but that's as a wrestler.
Yeah. My brother, when he was training, he said he was in the ring with a girl, like he had to wrestle one of the girls, and he said she fucking hit him so hard in the kidneys, it was like crazy. Like it was like seriously, it was like the worst kick he's ever received, like in the ring. It was from
he can't complain, you know, oh, did you get hit by a girl?
Yeah, he's like, I can't say anything, right?
Chopping a woman's chest and chopping a man's chest is just way different.
When I watch the girls wrestle each other, sometimes it looks like they nailing each other like right on their tits.
That's
sometimes.
What they want to do. They always want to do that to me because I have big boobs. Like,
doesn't that hurt?
That hurt, right?
Like anything in the moment, you know, like the adrenaline.
But is that safe to chop across someone's boobies?
I don't know.
Man, man, sometimes when I see that, I'm like, ugh.
I know, I'm like, too.
Where it's like a bloody handprint after on my boobs from the chops being so hard.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know. It could pop someone's boobs, but I feel what's more dangerous for your boobs is taking like a splash, like that kind of impact to your boobs is like more dangerous.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, don't want to think about it. Don't want to think about it. Boy, summertime is here. You know that song, Mungo Jerry? In the summertime, when the weather is hot, you can fit right in. Well, hey, guess what? You can fit right into a pair of perfect jeans. The perfect jean. Look at these babies. These are my favorite pair of jeans, and I am not lying. I do have pants on, by the way. I'm just showing these for the flair of it all, and I don't mean Rick. But yes, the perfect jean is awesome. I love their product. Seriously, no joke. This is the shoot. It is straight up my favorite pair of jeans I own. I want to get more. I need to get more. And, hey, I can help you guys and gals get a little bit more, too. So, for a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc or Google The Perfect Jean and use code RVD15 for 15% off. However you get there, but be sure to use code RVD15 at checkout to save 15% site-wide and stay perfect. The nice thing about these jeans, they're so high quality that you get free shipping. You get free exchanges. If the size doesn't fit, you must return, right? So use it. You seriously will not be disappointed, and you will be like, I kind of need to get a couple more pairs because these are great. No joke. I wear them anytime. If I'm going out on a date, boom, perfect jean on there. If I'm doing anything, want to look nice, got to wear the perfect jean. I'm going to have an audition here in August, beginning of August, Little Shop of Horrors. And you better believe I'll be wearing that pair of perfect jeans to help me feel confident and get ready to sing "Oh Suddenly Seymour" to the best of my ability. So it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use code RVD15 at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with promo code RVD15. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that One of a Kind sent you. Fuck your khakis and get the perfect jean, all right? We got some more super chats in here. The Real Goose. Thanks for the $2. Do you like dabs, RVD, or do you just smoke flower?
I just smoke flower on the regular. And once in a great while, I'll do some dabs, usually because that's what's available. Like if I'm at an event and they're doing dabs, sometimes at conventions, someone at a booth will have, a dab rig set up and they'll be like, you do dabs? I'm like, sure. But I'm not conditioned for it.
You were in 2016.
Yeah, when we started dating, that's all I was smoking was dabs all day, dab. And I was very much conditioned for it. And I'd seen it fuck so many people up, like my friends that aren't used to it. It's so much stronger and people don't understand that. But I mean, it's taking a concentrated amount and like instantly, like burning it and taking it all down. It's like smoking a lot of weed at the same instantly. That's the best way to explain it. And so I've had a lot of friends, when I'm like, are you sure you want another dab, bro? If you are, I know, but I'm used to it. Like I do this all the time. This is like number 6 for me. I mean, if you should just have one, I'm used to it. Fuck that, man. Pack me a fucking bowl. All right, dude. 2 dabs. And, yeah. And then they're gone. They're either I lose them, they're in the bathroom, or they throw up, or they just like boom. One dude, I can't remember his name. James and Medium Rob, both of those guys. And then like after a while, I go knock on the bathroom door and both of those guys are just like looking in the mirror and they're like, man, Rob, you fucked me up. And now if I take dabs now, it won't fuck me up in that way before it makes me cough, it's a very hard pull for me to take into my lungs, because I'm not that used to it.
And he bangs on his chest like a gorilla.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh.
So most smoke dubs, and I appreciate everything about it. The time it takes, it's like I started really liking smoking doobies and drinking coffee in Amsterdam, and it made me feel sophisticated. And I was actually out in public, not like hiding, in the back seat of a car, or anything, but just, I'll take another coffee. Thank you. Like, wow, this is so fucking cool. Yeah. And that was years ago, and I kind of always held on to that habit.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Man.
Shout out to Venice Beach Dub Club, got the #1 fan award.
Hey.
Yeah, look at that. How about that? Yeah.
So nice.
Look at that. $50.
Oh,
Damn. Damn. Hey, Rob and Katie, Jelly Roll should only be over to get over on a wrestler by cracking them with a guitar. Women should only go over men if they're a pit bull like Stephanie McCourt and the guy is chicken shit heel. By the way, our album dropped. Check it out. Okay,
yeah.
Seth?
Oh. Yes. Yeah, how do we advertise it?
Yeah,
give me your info, Seth, with the link. Send me the link and stuff like that, and I'll promote it. If it's on Spotify, I'll share the link on the Spotify link too, and whatever. So
I know he said something about a second song, and I can't remember what he said right now about.
Yeah, he released a couple of songs. I know at least. Or do you mean a second song for you, Rob?
I can't remember. It wasn't for me, but it might have been wrestling related or something that I would care about. I can't remember.
Oh, he said it on the baby. That's sweet.
Yeah.
We have a little bank account for them.
Really? That's awesome.
It's not a real one. It's just we put people have given us gift cards, so then we put it all together, and it says Baby Van Dam's gift card. So it's cute watching them have their own little money.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've been getting gifts, and in Chicago, somebody gave us a blanket that's got like dates on it.
Yeah, watch me grow, and then like you take a picture with the baby next to like the month. Yeah,
people have been cool.
yeah,
Yeah, we like the baby gifts.
yeah. It's so
they make
sweet.
it home.
So fun.
Yeah, and well, when we're the Sabu and the RVD painting that was behind my head, I don't think you've seen that yet, but
I can go get it.
We'll be in there next week or whatever. We move around.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah, some of the gifts have been making it home. Sometimes somebody will give us like a really big thing. It's like, how am I going to fly with that? And usually get it like mailed home or something.
But he flies first, so they accommodate him with his paintings and
yeah, they
stuff.
let me carry shit on and stuff.
That's good. That's awesome. Good.
Yeah,
I take Barbie sometimes.
Heck yeah.
Baby.
Here's a good question too. This is from Alex.
It's not bad after brushing.
Good.
This one's better.
Good.
Alex Cosentino. Thanks for the $5. He
Mhm.
says, "Is it easy for you to watch a match as a fan, or do you dissect the match in your head and start watching it as a worker?"
B.
Yeah.
B. Yeah, I can't watch without critiquing it, and then it's just like watching. It's like it's usually just like watching people work, at their job for me. So I don't enjoy it as much, but there are exceptions. Sometimes what they're doing is really funny or entertaining for whatever reason, and they can like pull me out of that temporarily to where I can be like, hey, good job, good on you. That was good shit. But for the most part, it's not like I think I'm perfect. I would do the same thing to my matches too. Can't help it. If you're watching it, if I'm watching something and I see how it could be better or whatever. So, usually I'll tell Katie, like we're watching LFG, and I'll just
LFG, we love that show.
Yeah, and I'll pause it. It's like, you notice that every time she sells anything, she's just holding her arm, right? That's how she sells everything. Like, why doesn't somebody tell her, you get hit in the face, don't sell your elbow, sell your face, like and it's just, oh yeah, I see that, and then we'll hit play. But I can't not do that. I pause it several times, and I'll just mention what would have been better right there if she would have done this or that, and then just if you were like, would you stop doing that, then I would, but you seem to take it in, and then I think I'm helping her, because when I tell her and she understands it, I'm like, oh cool, she got that,
and it's fun with LFG because like that's what the show is. It's legends and future greats. So the newer people like will do a match, and then the judges will like critique it while they're doing it, and then like afterwards critique it. So it's fun watching it with Rob, since since he's so smart on the subject. I'm like, they need you as a judge on here.
I know, Rob, would you do it? Would you be a judge on there if they asked you?
I mean, yeah, we depend. I mean, if everything was worked out, sure.
Yeah.
It's such a vague question. What I do,
know, right?
Would I do it for,
Well, yeah, if the money lined up and everything was.
Would I be interested in something like that? Sure. If they were interested.
Because his critiques are so good. I'm like, you should DM that person and tell him. Like, because he'll like think of something like a really good nickname for him, or like just think of something. And then I'm like, you should DM them.
Yeah, dude, they would pop for that.
A lot of the stuff that a lot of the foundation of wrestling, the old school structure, a lot of it is so solid that it's easy to tell, and we'll all have the same advice. If you put 2 green kids in there, boom, 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 and then you ask all the veterans, what were your notes? They're going to be the same. Like, I'm going to know what they're going to say, what they noticed, because a lot of it is that solid and that unflexible as far as what they should be doing versus the way they did it. So a lot of times it's like that.
Would you say when you're watching the show though, is there somebody like one of the judges that you're like, oh yeah, vibe with Booker T a lot on that more than I would like say Undertaker or something like that. Or is it all basically kind of the one and the same? You're like, yeah, that's good advice, or yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't feel especially drawn. I mean, Booker's my dude, but personally, but I don't. But as far as agreeing with anybody more than everybody else, no. I think normally, like, what they say makes sense. Sometimes I won't agree with them as much, but for the most part, no.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, it's
by the way, one of the names she's talking about, the girl with the really big girl, and she's got the huge head.
Bailey Humphreys.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a name that I was saying that I like and that she likes too. I think it'd be cool to call her Goddess Zilla.
Oh, I like it.
Built like a Godzilla. So that's a feminine version of it.
Yeah. Ooh, I like it.
Goddess Zilla.
Yeah, you could do a lot with that, I think.
Yeah, that's almost like DM her.
DM her up. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Just picture her like stepping on buildings in a video.
Like Titantron.
Little miniature city set that they used for Godzilla.
Oh, that would be a good vignette.
Yeah, she's got some good potential, huh? I haven't seen her really wrestle too much. I think I saw her finish her, which was pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty good, huh?
Yeah. She has a memorable look. Her body shape looks like Rob's. Like the striations in her legs and stuff.
Yeah.
But that reminds me of Rob's body shape.
But there's a lot of good talent there, and like the one blonde girl, Katie asked how she did when we were watching last week, and I said she did good, but I mean I'm guessing that was like one of her first 5 matches, and then afterwards, then they said like that was her second match, so like when you can kind of tell when you're that experienced, you know what I mean, and that is putting them through it, like I wouldn't want to watch my second match right now in front of everybody and try and defend.
What a time we live in, like for those younger wrestlers, because everything is you're in the spotlight immediately. Like you don't have time to get reps in when you're just working live shows. Sometimes it's just like you're on television here and there now.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
pretty nuts. Here's another question. Guys, enter the room dick first. Big Dick Dudley dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Guys, this isn't about performance, this is about legacy or third legacy. Give our group chat something to talk about. When you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. FREE. Just use promo code RVD at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring One of a Kind with RVD. This is from Instagram, a wrestling historian. Thanks for the Canadian $2, Were there ever any plans for you to wrestle CM Punk? Do you remember if there were any plans?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember having any plans myself, but I don't know what plans could have been pitched or talked about during those meetings at any time. So I don't really remember that coming up.
Yeah, you guys could have had a good feud though, especially like back in like when he was the straight edge guy and he was just like kind of created that cult. He had the Straight Edge Society, where it's like Charles Manson almost, and like you guys could have had a good dynamic there and told a good story and feud there. I think you guys would have worked really well. I think
that would have been funny.
Yeah. No, I know Paul liked him like like right away, like when he was still new to WWE, CM Punk, and I didn't know that much about him. Like I remember noticing that Paul and him were like really close, like friends, and they sat by each other at the, I remember one time when I came in, it must have been during the a return because I don't think I was regular there, but because Paul was like, hey, come on, sit down with us, and he was sitting with Phil and he was introducing us kind of, and saying, yeah, Phil's a good guy or whatever. And I just remember that sticking out in my mind, like Paul really likes this guy, and around that time we did he was seeing Maria at the time. Yeah, he came to WWE and he was seeing Maria. I kind of feel like, did he date Lita for a minute too?
I don't know.
But with Maria, I remember we were on a split tour overseas where the roster was split in two. Maybe it was Raw and SmackDown, whatever. But we had two different buses, two different agendas, and which one was on mine? I think CM Punk was on my tour and Test was on the other one. Mm-hmm. Could have been the other way around, but anyway, Tess was seeing Kelly. Mm-hmm. I think Kelly was on our tour, and Maria was on our tour, and maybe CM Punk too, and maybe just Tess was on the other one. But anyway, Tess was wanting CM Punk to get messages to Kelly, and from my understanding, he didn't feel like being the delivery boy, and I was getting this information from Paul. Paul was telling me that this was coming to a head one night when we were over there in Italy or somewhere, and he said that the test was blowing up. Kept telling CM to tell Kelly to call him, and I guess she wasn't getting the messages or whatever. And Tess said something, according to Paul, that Tess said, "What the fuck? Does he think I won't smack him?" And Paul said that he was like, my money's on the tattooed kid. My money's on the tattooed kid. And I really didn't know anything about him then, so that told me a lot, at least of what Paul thought about him.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
And Google said CM Punk and
my money's on him.
CM Punk and Lita did date. That's what it is.
He ain't afraid, to
shoot a shot.
Or to date someone that the other boys have dated.
Part of the urban legend was like everybody's curious what CM standed for and what some people
magnet,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said Cookie Monster before, and then Cookie Monster, and then I think it's Chicago made. I don't know. I think it might have been. That's what it's named.
Yeah, that sounds more like.
Yeah.
So they were like and I guess CM Punk was telling Paul, it was going through Paul, the messages from Test to CM Punk, and CM Punk was telling Paul, tell Test anytime he wants to fucking try me. I'm not his messenger boy.
And that must have been before text messages, clearly.
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we
got
in
the early stages of it all.
Maybe not international, maybe.
Oh.
And I remember when he wasn't on could have been the same tour, could have been a different one, but I was on the bus, and everyone stands up in the aisle to deboard, and Maria was standing there, and she was like just in front of me, where I'm sitting, and she's there's her backside. And and it was noticeable, like, ass is like right there. And then I saw, but across the aisle was Big Show. Mm-hmm. And he was noticing that ass, but he was like salivating. I swear he looked like he was looking at it. He was looking at it, and I was just like, oh my God. And he took his hand.
Oh my God.
He took his hand and he went smack and he smacked it and grabbed it at the same time. Sorry, Bar. Oh, I'm just telling a story. You're okay. He went smack, and he grabbed that ass, and Maria turned around real quick, and she was too surprised. She didn't know how to sell it. You know what I mean? So she was like, "Hi." She was like, "Hi." My goodness. But I remember thinking like, that probably really offended her, and she's got a fucking boyfriend too, you know. Like, that's so rude to do this. And I love Big Show, but that was just a moment that I saw that I add to the melting pot of what it's like being around the boys.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And having the locker room mentality and everyone doing whatever inconsiderately and, you know, running by their own ego and just the boys, you know what I mean? I just remember thinking, like, now she's in a spot maybe because she's either going to tell her boyfriend or she's going to feel like she should tell him, like he would want to know, but she's not going to tell him because she doesn't want any trouble, which now might put some distance between her and him if she feels like she's holding back. It was just the whole everything. I was just like, what a spot to be put in inconsiderately just because he had to fucking feel that ass.
Yeah. Oh man, it puts everybody in a tough position when you do that, when something like that happens. Like, all that kind of. Well, that's the funny thing too. CM Punk literally just did an interview and was asked about AJ, his wife now, and he was like, "Yeah, two things we don't do together." He's like, "Work out and work together. We don't do that." So it's, how about that? So kind of ties up too.
Me and Rob don't work out together either.
Don't you?
Way different styles. Like, he likes quiet to be the only person in his gym. Well, I mean, I can join his gym, but like he can work out alone and get energy to push himself. And I like the energy of the people around me in like a group class environment, like working out in public. And he likes to work out in the middle of the night. Like, he'll go to sleep, wake up, work out, go back to sleep. So when I first started dating, I was like, cool, he's jacked. I want to work out with him and we can work out at home. And then I'd be like so tired sitting up waiting for him.
Hey, football fans, this is Solomon Wolcott. And if there's one thing I know besides the game, it's great steaks. That's why I go with Heartland Steak Company Premier Midwest Raised Beef delivered straight to your door. When the steaks arrived at my door, I opened the cooler to find they were individually wrapped. So I was able to throw 2 or 3 on the grill while putting the others in the fridge until later. Right now, Heartland Steak Company is giving my listeners $25 off orders of $175 or more just by using the promo code SPORTS at checkout. That's promo code SPORTS, SPORTS, for $25 off. So whether it's game day or just a great dinner, go big with Heartland Steak Company. Order today at heartlandsteakco.com.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Check out the Civic, Accord, or HR-V during the Honda Summer Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or 2026 HR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
It's like, this is not going to work for me. I need to do it like right when I wake up. Like, start the day, not like when I wake up, just like as a midnight fun thing, and then go back to sleep.
And I hate leaving home. Like, I can't. I probably been to 1 or 2 workouts in a public gym like in the last like 4 years, right? Yeah. Like, I never go to the gym. Like, when I'm on the road, if I'm there for 3 or 4 days, I don't work out usually. I might get the hotel gym maybe, but usually I end up skipping when I'm on the road and not making it anyway. But I'd have to be on the road for a while in order to be like, you know what, let me go find a Gold's. Like, but it used to be the first 20 years that was the routine, you know, find a gym in every town but now I got to be such an introvert that I don't want influenced by other people, whether they're trying to flex in my direction or stare at me or or whatever, or show off for everybody, whatever it is. I don't want that energy.
I like to be put on game because it's like the science of bodybuilding and like any kind of workout is always changing. So I feel like if you like work out with people, like they'll give you advice, which I do like the advice. So then I'm like, cool, I'll try that. But he's been doing it like 30 years longer than me in the gym. So there's like, he knows everything already.
Well, and before I would like say pay somebody to give me pointers and teach me things that I could do different, I could already criticize my own workout and come up with things that I could do better. You know what I mean? Like every time I leave the gym, you know, it's like, fucking asshole, you should have done your abs today. You suck.
Yeah, and his gym isn't even like connected to the house. Like there's like two doors that separate it. And I can still hear him inside grunting. Like, oh my gosh, like you push anytime I'm downstairs.
When you're anywhere, not when you're wearing the TV.
No, when I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
I can hear him in the kitchen, like grunting or like slamming weights. Like I would never be able to push myself to that limit to where I yell like alone.
Mom, I imagine you don't have music playing or anything like that.
No, but I watch TV though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yep. Sometimes it's something like exercise related or whatever, but what I do is I get a kick on series for a long time, and that gets me through the gym. Like I watched the whole Soprano series.
Did you?
And then I watched Boardwalk Empire, and now I'm on the last few episodes of Oz, rewatching all of it. So it's like I actually look forward to, going out there and getting back to where I left off because it's a really good show. And so I do shit like that, and it helps get me through. Because in between, if I don't have anything specific to watch, it could be YouTube. Then it's only 7-minute video. Then I got to look for something else afterwards. But when I could just leave it on, even though it's fiction, and I limit my fiction. Oz is a great show. And I don't know what. Maybe I'll try. It'll be over pretty soon though. But yeah, I can. One episode, could be like a workout, or in the middle of the episode, I stop it, come back tomorrow, whatever. So that's what I do.
Heck yeah. Well, yeah.
Music though, no, that doesn't motivate me.
No. Have you watched The Wire yet?
No, that's one of the shows that's been recommended to me more than anything else to watch. I know it's about loosely based on the Baltimore Police Department.
Yeah.
It's about it. Yeah, I even have a DVD of it, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Katie, I'm more like you though, because I have to go to like a gym. I feel like I gotta go to the gym to do stuff and interact with people. Not even necessarily take a class, but just get out of my house and do something.
Yeah, because then I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm committed, I got to give it my all.
Now I'm here, I have to do stuff.
Yeah, and during the pandemic, I worked out. I'd work out in his gym, but then I'd end up just twerking and playing on my phone.
Yeah, I'm easily distracted when I'm at my house.
Yeah, same. I'd scroll online.
When I leave my house, I'm usually trying to get right back as soon as possible. So that works against me.
Yeah.
Big key. Other super chat here. Alex with another one. Thank you for the $2. He said, I'd love to see Booker T be a guest on your show. Booker, would
that'd be awesome.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, we should definitely get him on.
Booker has to be so busy. Like the way he runs his school, he's on LFG, and he's
falling asleep at the announcer's table.
He works hard.
Yeah,
he was praying.
Yeah, praying at the.
He prayed. Yeah, he just prayed.
That's a good idea, though. Yeah, we'll bring him on sometime.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome. This is another good question here. Rob, how was your time in USWA? This is Frankie Teresa. How was your time in USWA?
Well, one thing I gotta say first off is that I was like so green that everything was brand new to me. I wasn't even old enough to drink alcohol, and it's my first time being on the road, except for like single shows. And so all of that, it's like it's like saying what was third grade like for you, because I could analyze, the other wrestlers from my perspective now, but back then I was very much just a young ass fucking barely 20-year-old kid. And it was bonding for me and Sabu, Dango, and Judge Dredd and Samson. Like sometimes all five of us would be there. Sometimes Samson or Judge Dredd wouldn't be on, but we rode around on the loop together, and it was the first place where I would go to a building to wrestle, and they already knew who I was. See, that hadn't happened before because everywhere else is just a one-off, and I'm brand new. So, Saturday morning when I'm at the Memphis TV studio, well, shit, I just wrestled in Memphis on Monday night, so they know who I am. And then I'm there for a few weeks. Now they're starting to know me. That was great, and that's a big part of the business. Learning how to market that, learning how to have merchandise for people that are becoming your fans that you're talking to every week. So that's what it was. It was every Monday was Memphis, every Tuesday was Louisville, Kentucky. Wednesday was Evansville, Indiana. Thursday was a spot show. They were doing the global run in Dallas, Texas. And then they lost that the week before we got there. Global took over from USWA the week before we got there. And so they didn't have the ESPN Thursday night thing anymore. And then Friday was usually like Arkansas, Jonesboro, or a spot show. And then Saturday, you're back in the morning at the TV studio. Saturday night is Nashville. And so since they do this loop, and that's how all the territories used to be way back in the day, they do like a weekly loop, and you could build programs and tell stories and build relationships on and off the air that are really advantageous over just showing up on a show in Virginia for a one-off and nobody knows who the hell you are. Big difference there. And I was just so young and so green. I would get in trouble for riding with the heels because I was the only baby face. And my group was from Michigan. So I didn't know how to socialize and like hop into a car with some other heels or anything like that. So, sometimes like we would be at Old Country Buffet afterwards eating, and fans would come up to me and they'd say, "Why are you hanging out with that guy, man? I don't like him." Talking about Sabu because he was a heel on TV. And I realized I was like killing the town. And that town, they make their money off of doing this for years and years. You can't have new people coming in and killing the business that's been working there forever. They were like the last of the territories to die off in Memphis because they protected it so much, And I remember one time outside the arena in Evansville, I was playing Frisbee with, I think, Sabu and Jeff Jarrett's dad. Jerry Jarrett came over and he yelled at me. He's like, "Robbie, you're a baby." It became a big inside joke that Sabu would always say to me. Right. So after that, they would, when they would drive me, they would park a few blocks down and let me out, and I would have to walk to the arena and walk by the fans carrying my bag as if I'd walked from the airport, I guess. I don't know. But that was me learning to protect the business, and learning it was a really big deal then, So that's one of the things that nowadays, babies and heels are seen 24 hours a day, eating together, wrestling each other, killing each other in the ring. Now you can see them working out the match beforehand in certain outlets or certain platforms, So it's definitely changed a lot. But I had to learn there at my first territory to, smarten up, quit smarting the fans up, or I wasn't going to be there long.
Right. Yeah. Well, you saw this on X, I know, but here's you in the USWA. Look at that hair.
Yeah, that was his hair looks like baby hair, and his face is so stoic.
Yeah, no, I don't see it when people tell me that they see Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I could see it in that face, like the structure of the face. To me,
yeah,
that looks like that could be similar to Jean-Claude in Bloodsport or something.
And did you put your hair up to do that, or did
No.
Good. That's some good early '90s hair right there.
Yeah. I look like a baby chicken.
Look at that.
I'm sure my commentary that I'm doing right there is got to be 5-star all the way too.
I gotta type this into YouTube and find it.
I'm probably watching Dango wrestle somebody and explaining martial arts from a green first time ever on TV perspective, and that was a nice sidekick. It wasn't as nice as mine. I remember one line they gave me, but it wasn't this night, I don't think, because I didn't have the black gimmick on. It was something between me and Eric Embry. And it was, you've heard this line a million times. It was new to me. But where I say to Eric Embry, I wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. And I go like that, turn my back on him to walk away, and he belts me with a chair or something. Yeah. It was all new to me back then.
Oh, man.
Brand new shit.
This is a great visual. Ronnie Drod says playing frisbee with Sabu. That would be in the early '90s like that. And then Jerry Jarrett yelling, "I want to draw the picture." That's what I want to do. I want to draw.
Yeah, that'd be a good cartoon. Baby. And we get care packages from Raw with all these cool innovative stoner ideas. And one was frisbee that you put the doobie in and you throw the frisbee so then you can smoke it and then throw the frisbee back. Y'all needed one of those.
Yeah. This was back then. I wasn't smoking. This was when Sabu and Judge Dredd thought it would be funny to smoke and blow it in our faces and stuff. And we're like, "Oh, stop! You kill yourself. You don't have to kill me. I don't want to die.
I don't want to get reefer madness."
Yeah.
We'll close it out with this question, guys. This is a good one. Alex, he says, what was your best financial advice you ever gotten in your career, Rob and Katie? Best financial advice.
I don't know if this is advice, but this is a stupid quote, but it's so true, is keep your eyes on your own money. Because that's where I've gotten screwed the most, is when I trust other people too much and think they're going to help me manage money or help me save money. And then they're stealing from me. So I feel be careful who you trust, and really you shouldn't really trust anybody except your closest person or your partner that you're married to. That's what I say. Because money makes even nice people be greedy and do horrible things.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob, how about you? Anything stand out to you? What somebody get any of
a few things stand out. I think it's some of Sabu's words. He said, this is when I was super young and green, getting into the business, around that, 91, 92. I remember Sabu saying, if a promoter ever gives you an offer that he can make you a champion, or you can get more money, take the money, because you can't eat a belt.
Yeah. It's true.
To take the money, the belts don't mean. And what was the other one that I was just going to say about? I got hit with a few of them. There was something else that Sabu told me about money. Well, he told me when I was starting to get over and was really becoming popular, he was saying that when I get booked, I should charge enough to where the promoter has to do something with me to protect his investment.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, don't work real cheap just to be a spot on the card, because they could do anything with you, ignore you, squash you, not showcase you, fuck you. And he said, if you charge them enough to where they got to notice how far they're reaching in their pocket for you, then there's a lot better chance that they're going to do something better with you, protect their investment, put you on the main event if you're the most expensive guy, those kind of things.
That doesn't always work, though, because TNA, the last TNA run, they were paying you good, and then was like, you're here with Joey Ryan.
Yeah, the other thing to that was, since they were paying me and I was getting my pay, it didn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But you're right. But I mean, they were trying to get a rub off of me, so it wasn't just like, put RVD on the bottom of the card, give him 2 minutes, and squash them and don't show them, because for the money they're paying me, that would just be stupid.
Yeah.
But even if what they were doing with me was stupid, that was their idea of trying to use me to get a rub and get some of my over on the guys they wanted over. But the other thing that I'll say was from Fonzie. It wasn't necessarily advice, but something I'll never forget, because I think he was 100% right. And I didn't know when he told me that was the facts. But we were talking about money one time, 15, 20 years ago. And he was saying, I don't know, maybe I was saying, hey, I got a contract, and they're offering more money than I'm getting now and this and that. And he said, Van Dam, he said, people always think when they make more money that they're going to have a lot more money put away. He said, but it doesn't work that way, Daddy. He said, we always live up to the money that we're making. Mm-hmm. So whenever we make more money, then our living standards go up. And when you're really making it, then you buy a bigger house, and you buy a bigger car, more cars, whatever. And at the time that he said that, I thought it sounded really interesting, but I've repeated that so many times, haven't I?
Yeah.
Because it's been 100% true.
Yeah.
And has that kind of like made you think about it? Like, oh, I gotta put a cap. I'm not gonna go over or above my means. I'm gonna go where like a little bit below, or
not for Rob.
No, not for Rob. No.
No, but it makes me keep an eye on it.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I remember when I lived in Augusta and had a $400 a month cockroach infested townhouse that I lived in. All I had was a bed mattress on the floor, no spring, no frame, no nothing. And if I made the money now that I made back then, if I still lived there, then I would be putting so much money away. But why the fuck would I want to live there when I could live here?
Right. Yeah.
So no, the quality of life, I deserve a higher quality of life. And so yeah, make more, spend more, make more, spend more.
Yeah, that is his thought. I deserve this.
Yeah.
What you do, baby?
Quality of life. What beats quality of life?
He does deserve the best of everything.
Yeah, you put the work in, man.
So that's
what kind of advice would you give to somebody, financial advice, in the wrestling business?
Well, I mean, unless you're lucky enough to get one of those multi-million-dollar contracts that they seem to be offering, if you're on your way up, I would say I've always been open to having several funnels of revenue coming in. Mm-hmm. Way back in USWA, I learned about the pictures. Like we go to Memphis, be in Memphis, and there's a photographer there, and then he would like take pictures of me. And then the next week when I'm back in Memphis, he brings a print of each one and shows me little 3x5s. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Dan, I like that one too. Then he asks how many you want of each one. Then the next week when he comes back, he brings prints, and then I would buy them for like I think they were $2 a picture or something. But then turn around and sell them for like $5 or whatever. Now all of a sudden you're doubling your payoff.
Yeah.
I was getting $20, $30 to wrestle, and I'd get $20, $30 selling the pictures too. And then boom, all of a sudden, whoa, I just doubled my payday. That started way back then, and a lot of wrestlers never seem to get that. They never seem to be interested in that, or they don't understand it. But I took that to a crazy level where I would have 2 tables full of merchandise, T-shirts, VHS, nunchucks, toy throwing ninja stars, yin-yang necklaces, a ton of different pictures to choose from, keychains, and I was doing that, in 96, 97, later on when I was wrestling through Georgia and whatever, and again, doubling the payday, maximizing the revenue. And then when you can work on also, especially when your brand has some value, doing some side projects with other people that have their own specialties, they make their own products or whatever, and they want to make something of you, boom. I've always felt better having as many of those lined up, good ones anyway, because I get burnt a lot.
Yeah.
And I would advise someone to always be open to that, because even if it's not much, but if you got 20 not muches, they might add up to being much,
Yeah. Okay, that's a great advice. That's really great advice.
I mean, for cameo, do the cameo, do the, if you do eBay, whatever. I just, you can't overextend yourself, and there's only so much you can do. But when it comes to finding different doors that you can keep open and have money coming in, pro wrestling tees, whatever, it's all good, man. Make that one of your missions is to have as many sources of revenue floating in at the same time. That's something that independent contractors do that not everyone can do when you have a 9-to-5,
Yeah, right. Totally. That's it too. Nicest person in the universe. Thanks for the $10. He says, "You were my favorite wrestlers as a kid. Your matches were always amazing, and I always use your 5-star frog splash in the WE games."
Sweet. I hope it won you a lot of games. I understand that my video game character was very popular amongst a lot of video game players, so that's pretty cool.
And I like your team, the nicest person in the universe. That's a good thing to take pride in.
I
thought that was Henry Winkler.
Yeah, right. He's so nice. Oh my god.
Yeah, he is.
No, Rob, I used to use you all the time in SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, like when I was in high school. Me, Marcus, my brother Marcus, and my brother Luke, we'd all have 3-way ladder matches. One would be Undertaker, somebody would be like Kevin Nash or Booker T, and then I'd always pick you because you were just
nice.
And now you hang out with Rob every week.
And look,
I know. Now it's like I played it with that guy on SmackDown vs. Raw. How about that? Cool. That should do it. I did want to pop this up. I saw this. Katie, you posted this earlier today. Talk a little bit about this, guys. Boom. Look at this.
Yeah. Greek Glass. Y'all already know about Greek Glass. They make the bongs with RVD inspired bongs with his name on it, and like things like his gear, like designs on it. And they're really cool guys. And they have a booth at Champs, which is a really cool weed and kratom convention here in Vegas. So we're going to go and meet bands and hang out at the booth and go be social and have a good time.
Cool. They put us on the 25th.
Yeah, July 25th we'll be there.
Yeah, Champs is. I've been going for years to the Champs conventions, and it's the 22nd through the 25th or 26th. So we'll be there one day for sure, and shoot some videos that I've been owing them for a long time, promoting these bongs.
Yeah,
they're really, really nice bongs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw Godfather had one. He had one.
Oh yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah.
That's it.
Next week we go to the baby doctor, so we'll have more baby updates and more updated ultrasound pictures for y'all.
Oh heck yeah! You just posted a couple the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yes, that's great. So awesome. Well, this has been a good show. Good to be back with you guys, and thank you everybody for tuning in the chat, and appreciate what everybody's doing.
This was fun.
Yeah, this was fun.
Do it again next week.
Hey, you know what? Let's do it again next week.
Yeah,
All right.
Coming up is our next few things. I guess our local. I was just trying to think if there's anything to promote, but I think we get to be home, work on around the house, and some stuff here in Vegas. But we have time before this. But August 1st and 2nd is SummerSlam, WrestleCon, New Jersey. Are you going to be there, Doug?
I'm going to try to. Like, if I get credentialed by WWE to go to the show, I'm going to make an effort to go there. I just got to figure out my finances for it. But
right
yeah,
on.
An effort to go there. For sure. So, yeah, that's on my agenda. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
What city in New Jersey is it? Do you know? It's not Woodbridge.
Newark.
No, I WrestleCon. I'm trying to think. Let me look.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking Trenton, Elizabethtown. I don't know. Everything sounds right now.
Yeah, let me take a look here. Oh, Newark. You're right, Katie.
Good time, baby.
All right. How about that? So, Friday, August 1st, Saturday, August 2nd. So if you guys are in the area, go see Rob and Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Peace out.
Peace up, guys. Peace up, down.
Thanks, Van Dam fam.
See you guys next time on One of a Kind with RVD and KT.
Boom.
Boom.
Summer's here, and it's time to bring the heat in a new Honda. Check out the Civic, Accord, or HR-V during the Honda Summer Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or 2026 HR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.